What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, we've talked about maybe it not being the biggest jump of faith from Marvel Studios to make Deadpool and Wolverine the only theatrical release this year, because if done correctly and carrying Hugh Jackman's Wolverine as part of the film, they sort of knew it would have enough bottom line to be the only movie they put out and have everybody focus on that, remember why they loved Marvel, and maybe give everybody just a breath from the Marvel fatigue that apparently people had been reporting on for the last 24 months. Now, while the people who watch this channel are mostly the MCU diehards, we're into everything the MCU releases, and that just happens to be our little corner of YouTube. But when it comes to Deadpool and Wolverine, something very interesting happened this year for the first time. Over the last 6 or 7 years of me running this channel, chasing down every Marvel scoop to its origin source and then trying to accurately report it to you guys, I started to hear about a rift between Ryan Reynolds and Marvel Studios, Ryan Reynolds and, say, Kevin Feige, behind the scenes drama that just didn't seem to exist. You guys in the fan base were asking in the comments or DMing me about it, and none of the credible sources, actually none of the sources we report on at all, credible or not, had anything to say about it. And by all accounts, especially forward-facing, Shawn Levy, Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios, Ryan Reynolds, they were all super pleased with how Deadpool had turned out and was being finished in post-production. No behind-the-scenes drama, no rift between Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Feige, and Marvel Studios, and in fact, we now know that Kevin Feige sort of double-backed and wants Deadpool and Wolverine involved with Avengers 5, including Shawn Levy has now got the offer to direct that movie. Now, wherever these scoops were coming from, whoever was manufacturing them seemed to say that it was all based on the fact that Disney was watering Deadpool down, that they were cutting jokes, that they weren't allowing him to embrace his full R-ratedness, and that's just not true. But we did find out officially the one thing that Disney and Kevin Feige said was off limits for Deadpool and Wolverine. There was at least exactly one case where they could not put something in the movie, and total shocker, it's something that Deadpool has done on screen before. We're going to break down what Shawn Levy said. This is coming from the director, so it's official, in his recent interview with Games Radar, and what Deadpool and Wolverine could not have in their Disney film. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do, everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner to coincide with the release of Deadpool and Wolverine next month. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this broke the day before yesterday in the latest Total Film article on Deadpool and Wolverine under the headline, Deadpool and Wolverine director says there were quote-unquote early conversations about what couldn't be in the movie, so they wrote a joke about it. Exclusive, Deadpool and Wolverine director Shawn Levy reveals there was one thing that was off the table in the MCU movie, where they go on to report, quote, Deadpool and Wolverine may be Marvel Studios' first R-rated feature, but that doesn't mean it could go all the way with some of its more risque jokes. Quote, I'm so wary of what I can say, but certainly there were early conversations about overt drug use, director Shawn Levy tells Total Film in our new issue. And then the solution, it became clear. Quote, and then we thought it was an interesting conversation. Let's actually write a dialogue in the scene about having had it. And of course, that conversation has made it into one of the most recent trailer edits between Blind Al and Deadpool. Now, I've got quite a bit I want to say about this. First of all, Deadpool has done a bunch of cocaine in his other movies if you haven't seen them, so it was definitely something that Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios probably wanted to address, is right off the bat. There are two things that no matter what, you will never ever see happen in Marvel scenes or Marvel movies. Number one, no matter how much innuendo might have been in She-Hulk or any other projects going forward, or look back all the way to, say, the first Iron Man movie, you'll never see an actual sex scene on film. They may have innuendo and cut around it, but there's not going to be an actual scene of two people having sex, not in a Marvel movie. You're also never going to see anybody, again, overtly do hard drugs. Deadpool has done a bunch of cocaine in his previous movies, but it's not integral to the character that he has to do cocaine in order to be Deadpool and Wolverine. And it sounds like, to hear Shawn Levy talk about it, that it was done in a professional way. Kevin Feige said, hey, this is the one thing you can't do. They decided how they were going to handle it by putting it in the movie and actually talking about it as dialogue, and that's that. No contention, no we're never going to work together again, or Disney is completely watering down Deadpool. Just, hey, no drug use, because really, I mentioned it in the prologue, we know Deadpool and Wolverine might actually get even more face time and screen time in the upcoming Avengers film and the rest of the Multiverse saga. You can't really have a character like Deadpool doing drugs, cocaine in the MCU, and then squarely cross them over with a PG-13 corner of the universe where younger kids may be like, well, who's this Deadpool character? And then go watch the movie and watch him do drugs. That's just not on brand for Disney at all. And if you're one of those people who thinks that this is it, this is the reason that there's a huge rift between Ryan, Disney, Sean Levy, Kevin Feige, I mean, okay, but by all accounts, it doesn't sound like that's it at all. And really, if this is the only constraint they put on Deadpool and Wolverine, the only thing they said was off the table, they can still make an incredible Deadpool movie that pushes all the boundaries and is still thoroughly rated R. You don't need to have cocaine use. And in fact, I would argue it's not going to detract from his character at all. Now, as it pertains to these other rumors real quick about the constant drama that was going on behind the scenes, again, we know all the sources in the Marvel game. Some of them have extensive track records. That's why we're so comfortable giving them reverence and reporting on them. Others, not as much. We always mention that, say, hey, leave this in grain of salt territory. But there's a huge difference between a lot of the scoopers that we cover and people who just sit at home on their couch and try to create drama by making stuff up. And unfortunately, when it comes to the Ryan Reynolds, Disney, Marvel drama that's apparently out there, according to some people, it seems like it is entirely false and completely made up. And again, by all accounts, Marvel, Sean Levy, and Ryan Reynolds are all ecstatic about this movie, extremely excited for it to come out and get released. And it seems like, again, this is really going to be a launching off point for Deadpool and Wolverine in the future of the MCU. And even Sean Levy as a Marvel director, we're still waiting to see whether he turns down Avengers 5. And if you somehow haven't heard that scoop yet, it is official. Marvel has offered Sean Levy first refusal on the next Avengers film. And as I said, if he takes it, then you can book Deadpool, at least, if not Wolverine, in that movie as well. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Do you agree that while Deadpool has done cocaine in his previous movies, it's not an absolute? You don't need that to make a good Deadpool movie. And if you've heard some of that drama out there about how quote-unquote bad it's been between Ryan Reynolds and Marvel and Kevin Feige and stuff, I challenge you to see if those sources that are reporting on that drama have cited a single source, or whether or not they're just saying that that stuff is out there and you can't find it anywhere else. You have no choice but to believe they've made it up. So just be wary of that when it's out there. And quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. We're going to continue to do that until the PlayStation 5 Pro comes out. If you want to be entered to win, super simple. All you got to do, hit the sub button, then leave a comment down below. And because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name AllFires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.